Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Hope you've been having a pretty dank day so far. If not, then like and subscribe and it'll make your day better.
So throughout the video, you have to count
how many times
we do the whoa.
That's 2.
Today we're going to be talking about what happened after the Vietnam War.
Let's first start out with the missing people and prisoners of the Vietnam War.
Here we go.
We forgot to mention our co-host, Milo, for the day.
The U.S. listed about 2,500 Americans as prisoners of war or missing in action, but only 1,200 Americans were reported to have been killed in action with no body recovered.
These prisoners of war were captured by communist
forces and kept as live prisoners until the war concluded in 1973.
Prisoners of war, or the missing in action activists, pushed the U.S. government to find these fates of these missing soldiers. The process was slow until the mid-1980s, when the relationships between the U.S. and the Vietnam began to improve and more efforts were undertaken. After the war, the inability to find these prisoners, they made a memorial wall which dedicated to these prisoners on Veterans Day of 1982.
Let's go into some facts about the wall.
In 2015, over 5.5 million people were welcomed to the memorial. Veteran stories continue to be told every day to the visitors that come to the National Park site.
The two 200-foot-long walls contain more than 58,000 names.
We are now going to show you a picture of the wall that shows all of the names of the people who lost their lives in the war.
On one end of the memorial, it points to the Abraham Lincoln Memorial.
Where does the other one go?
Washington Monument.
Oh, okay.
Now, let's move on to the 26th Amendment. The 26th Amendment prohibits the state and federal government from using the age as a reason to deny the votes of citizens who are under the age of 18, which is all of us right here.
During the Vietnam War, the notion that 18-year-old men could be drafted and forced to risk their lives in the war without the privileges of voting in state and local elections, of the ability to consume alcohol legally, but pressure on legislators to lower the voting age nationally.
Congress eventually passed the 26th Amendment on March 1971.
However, President Nixon ratified it on July 1st, 1971.
Finally, we're going to talk about some overall facts about the Vietnam War.
America was angry because not only did they lose the war, they also lost the lives of 58,000 young men and women.
Vietnam completely changed the way the United States approached military action and helped define the role of the United States within the New World.
The Vietnam War was an entirely new kind of war for the United States. It was the nation's longest war and the most liberating war.
The only war the U.S. ever lost. It had far-reaching consequences and impact on most aspects of American life, from the economy, culture, to domestic politics and foreign policy, some of which continue to do so today.
The United States losing did not affect their status as a superpower, and though North Vietnam won the war, realizing Ho Chi Minh's lifelong dream, Vietnam's post-war period was filled with more fighting, poverty, and suffering for its people.
On April 3, 1975, Vietnam became a unified country under control of North Vietnam's communist government.
As we conclude this video,
Sad fact
that the Vietnamese people did indeed eat dogs.
In the arms of the angel.
Hey Ricky, what time is it?
it's 10:19, the night before it's due.